Today, the world faces the largest refugee crisis it has ever known. More than 65 million people have been displaced due to war, persecution, and violence. Every day, another 28,000 people, mostly children, become a part of this tragedy. Families have been separated, cultures shattered, and futures stolen.
I have been working with the American Army for 7 years as an engineer and interpreter, helping rebuild Iraq. And I became an enemy. It was really hard for me and for my family to be there. When I came here, it was the first time that I have been sit, relax, and looking to my children growing up.
It is significant that Jesus himself was a refugee, spending his earliest years in a foreign land because of politically motivated violence. St. Matthew records King Herod's order to murder the children of Israel, and Mary and Joseph's desperate escape into Egypt to save their son. While St. Matthew anchors the beginning of the story of Jesus by proclaiming him a refugee, he anchors Jesus' final week by teaching us how God separates the righteous from the unrighteous. Our Savior makes clear this will not be decided by what language we speak, or what clothes we wear, or where we live. No, it is by whether we help the vulnerable and welcome the stranger or not. Today, 2,000 years after Jesus spoke those words, there are dark forces still at work, and millions of people continue to await welcome. Yet the call does not go completely unanswered. There are many stories of tragedy, yes, but there are also stories of joy.
He was a truck driver, so they were asking him to move weapons and guns from an area to another area. He refused, so they told him he has to choose his family or moving those weapons. So we had to leave Bukavu. In October, that's when they called us and said, hey, you're going to the United States on the 15th of October. And it was like, oh God, thank you.
بعد پدر مادرم مثلا به خاطر از اینکه مثلا اوضاع کشور نابسامان بود و موضوعات فامیلی که در افغانستان بود تصمیم گرفتن که مهاجرت کنن. بعد ما وقتی درخواست دادیم خیلی طول کشید، چون در طی از این مدتی که ما درخواست داده بودیم خیلی دیر در پرونده ها رسیدگی میکرد. بعد ما یک کشور قبول شدیم که ما رو 2 بار هر بار قبول کرد و هر بار جواب نه شنیدیم. بعد از اون خیلی طول کشید. بعد از 14 سال در ما گفتن که آمریکا شما رو پذیرفت.
For generations, the Episcopal Church has welcomed children, women, and men fleeing persecution and war. This iconic image from 1939 in the Diocese of Southern Ohio is a reminder that we gave hope and new life to refugees in the face of Nazi atrocities in Europe, and serves as an important symbol of our historic ministry among refugees. Episcopal Migration Ministries, or EMM, was born out of this rich legacy. Since the 1980s, EMM has proudly welcomed over 90,000 refugees to America's shores, working through a network of local partners and agencies. As one of only a handful of national resettlement agencies, EMM staff, partners, and volunteers walk alongside these new Americans by providing a wide spectrum of assistance in the early days after their resettlement.
I was born in Democratic Republic of Congo. When I was younger, there was war, and my family had to move to Nairobi, Kenya. We moved to America in the year 2013. I've been doing music since I was 7 years old. I thought that music was going to be that channel for me to get out of the poverty that we lived in. I remember getting on that plane and saying I'm never going to do music again. It had let me down. The reason why I got back to music is the concerts that I can throw in for organizations that help out refugees.
In addition to working directly with refugees, EMM equips, supports, and empowers individuals, congregations, and dioceses to learn about and find their own place in the ongoing story of refugee resettlement.
We resettled doctors and lawyers and engineers. We resettled farmers and fishermen. We resettled people from all different walks of life. What unites them is the country that gave them safety and peace. Is very important for them to give back to this country.
Through prayer, advocacy, and financial gifts, there is a place for everyone to partner in this effort.
To be a presence of comfort and care for refugees is a profound witness, and it is the witness as Christians that we are called to. The Bible is filled with instances of God reminding us, you were strangers too in a strange land.
Through this ministry, EMM and the Episcopal Church live Christ's call to welcome the stranger and to love our neighbor as ourselves. Having left behind their homes, jobs, and former lives to begin again in safety and hope, refugees bring with them extraordinary gifts. They bring stories of resilience, courage, and determination against the greatest odds. They enrich our culture and social fabric with invaluable contributions to communities across the country. Their strength fortifies ours. Their spirit lifts us to new heights. And their love opens our hearts to the love God envisions for us all. Become a part of the story today. Join with EMM. Give to support this ministry. And welcome our newest American neighbors.